Hello, everybody. This is Gerald Salenti, and it's Thursday. And what is Thursday? Trends in the news. That's right. The only place anywhere where you get the trends shaping the future. So, the markets. And by the way, salute. Got to have a little bit of vino. Little bit of vino, bambino. I know. That little clown boy that was the health minister of the United States. You can't drink nothing. Go fuck off, you little prick. And that guy probably did have a little prick. And of course, I want to thank the folks for this. I can't say the other word. That's who's running the show. Politicians are nothing more than the lowest pieces of shit on the planet. Arrogant. Oh, again, you know the way I feel. Hey, politicians. Yep. And you get your t-shirts. Trends Journal. Right there. You go to shop. And subscribe to the Trends Journal, because the more subscribers we have, the more we can help change the direction of what's going on. Not in the sense that we're giving you everything we can. There's nothing like it. The comments you see on whether the podcast I do or the comments on here. So, and it's only $2.56 a week. So anyway, the markets. So the Dow is up today. NASDAQ and S&P up. The Dow was up 168 points. It was up over 300. But then Trump announced again he's going to he's going to increase the taxes on Canada and Mexico on February 1st. So today's the 30th. Tomorrow, Friday, is 31st. So let's see if he raises them on Saturday. So the markets went down, closed at 168 up from their high. And what else? Fourth quarter GDP only came in at 2.3%, lower than expected. So the Fed yesterday, they paused on the rates. And Trump is angry about that. And we say he's going to keep lowering them and lowering them and lowering them. He just got in, so this is just a play game right now. You see gold today? It hit $2,803 an ounce. We went on the air right now. It's at $2,796 an ounce. And what would we say? One of our top trends of 2024? A golden year for gold. Back then, gold was at $2,041, January 2nd, 2024. That's why you subscribe to the Trends Journal. Bitcoin. Again, you know us. We've been very bullish on Bitcoin. It's back into that 1,000 fun. I mean, $500. This is amazing. Brent crude went up a little bit because of the sanctions things, but it's still low. It's only at $77 a barrel. So we got to see what's going to happen. And meanwhile, over there in the EU, or the FU, Eurozone GDP. This is the language that they use. This is the bullshit that they use. This is from Eurozone News, Euronews. Eurozone GDP stagnated in the fourth quarter, 2024, as Germany GDP declined 0.2%. And France, 0.1% contracted. That's contraction. That's not stagnating. Gabish? So what are you saying this shit for? And again, Germany's the third largest economy in the world. I think France is like number 6 or 7. It's up there too. So this is dragflation. Inflation's going up and the economies are going down. The Eurozone economy grounded to a halt in the fourth quarter of 2024 as Germany and France, the bloc's two largest economies, posted worse than expected contractions. No, they didn't. Not worse than expected. We said this is going to happen. Been writing about it week after week, month after month, but they keep going on. The biggest drag on growth came from Germany and France, with both unexpectedly contracted. Total fucking bullshit. And it's not stagflation, it's dragflation. Inflation's going up and the economies are going down. But you can't say drag. Can't say drag. I'm gay. Oh, I could go fuck with anybody is what they do. What else we got here? The weaker than expected. They keep saying this. The weaker than expected GDP figures. They're not weaker than expected. No, it's the shit that you've been selling that you want us to swallow. And now the facts are there. And now it's weaker than expected because we don't swallow your shit. So don't forget, tune into the Cartoon News Network. Oh, now you got to pay to read the stupid articles that you get anywhere else. And what did the ECB do? They cut the interest rates 25 basis points to 2.75. Quote, we know the direction of travel, Lagarde, the ECB head, said. Oh, this is the one that said there was no inflation, right? I mean, when inflation was going up? Oh, yeah, that I forget. Oh, that former head of the International Mafia Federation, no, the International Monetary Fund, excuse me. Again, as George Carlin says, one big club and you in it. And you look at these people, holy shit. You look at Lagarde, holy fuck. I mean, who could fuck that? It's like Janet Yellen, Madonna me, woo, ah. And we're the same age. Anyway, we know the direction to travel, she said, stressing that the pace and magnitude of future cuts would be guided by incoming data. All right. She noted that the declining confidence could slow consumption and investment recovery, with external factors such as Russia's war in Ukraine and the Middle East conflict further disrupting global trade and energy supplies. No shit. Oh, and the Bank of Canada, they cut their rates too, down to 3%. Another 25 basis points. Yesterday, the Fed head Powell, they kept rates flat. This is what he says. Still, he repeatedly avoided answering any questions about Mr. Trump or his policies, including the presidential desire to lower interest rates. Quote, I'm not going to have any response or comment whatsoever on what the president said because I'm a fucking coward. I'm full of shit. Hey, Gatson, why don't you respond? Oh, hey, Salenti, I'm the Fed head. I'm the head of the banks to ban us up. We'll get your fucking brains blown out. Hey, you did it to Christ. We'll do it to you. What kind of shit is this? Where's the outrage? Where's the outrage? Oh, don't be angry, Salenti. Be a coward like the most of them. Not the people tuning in here, of course. Yeah. It goes on. If the Fed had spent less time on DEI, gender ideology, green energy, and fake climate change, inflation would never have been a problem. Instead, we suffered the worst inflation in the history of our country, Trump said. Total fucking bullshit. It's not the worst inflation in the history of the country. All right? But it's only the facts. So believe this shit. Durable good orders decline. Yep. 2.2% lower than in November. Consumer confidence retracts again. U.S. home prices saw gains. Yep. Plantation workers of Slavelandia getting poorer, middle class shrinking, and home prices going up. But pending home sales dropped sharply in December. Let's see. They were down 5.5% for the previous month and fell 5% from the year, according to the National Association of Realtors. The average rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage back then was 7.14%. And now it's 7%. Home sales are selling at the slowest rate in 5 years. So here's the deal. Trump is going to push them to lower interest rates. The dollar's going up, yields are going to go up, mortgage rates will stay high. They're going to do everything they can to lower these. So now we have .com bust 2.0. This is your trends journal from back in 1999, 1999. When it was a quarterly, now it's a weekly. And by the way, we hardly changed the price from a quarterly to a weekly. We're going back then. .com this. .com overload will short circuit many high expectations for huge profits in internet commerce, entertainment, and a wide array of .com services. Following the holiday season, this went out in fall of 1999. Following the holiday season, many of today's high-flying internet stocks, the hottest IPOs and newly emerging IPO wannabes, will have begun the descent from their overvalued heights. We said it would bust by the second quarter of 2000, and it did in March. And declined. NASDAQ went down 80%. Oh, and talking about the bankster bandits, this was one of the covers of our Trends Journal. Oh, don't be angry, Salenti. The Prince of Peace, who I'm a warrior for, I launched Occupy Peace in the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace, and Justice. The Prince of Peace became violent, made a whip. Nope, didn't buy it at Walmart. They weren't around back then. Made a whip and drove the money changers out of the temple because of what they did to the people that they're still doing today. Hasn't changed, only worse. So this is an article in the Wall Street Journal today. DeepSeek isn't only company making advances with AI models. And they list a whole bunch of them. This is big. The .com bust has happened. They're going to do everything they can to cover it up. Venture capitalists plowed money into companies like OpenAI and Anthropic, but now the script has flopped. There's an article in the toilet paper record, the New York Times. They're talking about all the money that was pumped into for 2 years, venture capital firms have been engaged in a funding frenzy, pouring more than $155 billion into AI between 2023 and 2024, according to PitchBook. OpenAI and Anthropic have raised $24 billion, blah, 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 on and on and on. They go on to say, if the Chinese upstart can create an app as powerful as OpenAI's ChatGPT or Anthropic's blah, 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 with hardly any money, why did those companies need to raise so much cash? Trends are born, they grow, they mature, reach old age, and die. We had said from the very beginning, the AI trend has just been born. And again, the reason the .com bust happened was the internet revolution had just begun several years earlier. So there was always speculation. But doesn't it mean it's going to end? It's going to keep going. This is really serious because it's going to have a lot of other effects besides bringing down the equity markets. Wall Street reconsiders the energy need to power new computing. The emergence of Chinese, blah, 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 you don't need all this energy to do this. And now they put all that money into these companies. And now you're seeing those stocks go down. Oh, here's an article, again, the Wall Street Journal. You ready? U.S. office sector is attracting investors. Look at it. Attracting investors, right? Value, then they buried down the bottom. They're buying up buildings cheaply. Office building sales increased to $63 billion in 2024, when the average between 2015 and 2019 was 143 billion. But anyway, they go on to say values for office buildings that are less than premium grade are about 35 to 60% lower. 35 to 60% lower. There's going to be an office building bust that nobody's talking about. And they're trying to pump it up with this fake shit. And again, the bigs keep getting bigger. Frontier bids 2.1 divided by Spirit, Emerson to buy out Aspen Technology, KKR is or KKK, yeah, buys stake in one after another. And then on the international front, I got to hand it to Trump. That guy Witkoff he brought over there to bring that ceasefire deal. It's working so far, but there's the negatives and the positives. Trump order targets pro-Palestinian activists to combat anti-Semitism. He signed an executive order to combat anti-Semitism. So if you're against Israel's genocide, you're an anti-Semite. And what they've done to Gaza, and now what they're finally showing the pictures, it's disgusting. And even comes from that guy Witkoff's mouth, who Trump brought there. And again, I admire the cat for what he's doing. Because here's an article that just came out on Axios. Rebuilding Gaza could take 10 to 15 years, Trump envoy tells Axios. There is almost nothing left, that's a quote, of Gaza, and the rebuilding the war-ravaged enclave could take 15 years, Steve Witkoff told Axios. Quote, you ready? Imagine if this was you. Quote, people are moving north to get back to their homes and see what happened and turn around and leave. There is no water, no electricity. It's stunning just how much damage occurred there, Witkoff told the news site. Witkoff told Axios he did not discuss with Trump the plans of moving Palestinians to Gaza. The U.S. damage assessment released showed the guy clearing over 50 million tons of rubble left in the aftermath would take 21 years. The debris is believed to be contaminated with asbestos and other materials. Quote, there has been the perception we can get to a solid plan for Gaza in 5 years, but it's impossible. This is a 10 to 15 year rebuilding, Witkoff told Axios. And this is a real estate guy that knows about this stuff. There's nothing left standing. Many unexploded ordnances. It's not safe to walk there. It's very dangerous. I wouldn't have known this without going there and inspecting. You wouldn't have known it, huh? We knew it. We've been reporting it all along. This is genocide. Oh, when Trump passed this thing, if you call it genocide, get the hell out of this country. Or maybe they'll kill me for that. Witkoff is speaking the truth. Under the bullshit that they're bombing the hell out of this place because Hamas is hanging in every house, in every hospital, in every school, in every church, in every mosque. They destroyed the whole place. 2.5 million people, 2.3, 2.5. Lives totally destroyed. Where's the outrage? Israel severs ties with UN agency aiding Palestinians. Isn't that nice? Don't give them anything. Let them keep starving. Well, that's from the Wall Street Journal. Iran rejects Trump's plans to forcibly displace Gazans. 2.4 million. Yep. Egypt rejects Trump's plans to take in Gazans. Egypt's president said yesterday, moving Gazans from their land would be, quote, an injustice in which we cannot participate. Yep. Iran rejects Trump's plans to forcibly displace Gazans. The idea of cleaning out Gaza as part of the plan for colonial annihilation of Palestinian people has long been underway using American lethal weapons and ammunition, as well as political intelligence and financial support, said the Iranian foreign minister spokesman. He's 100% correct. And where's the outrage? Oh, what? Hey, Blinken. Where's Blinken disappeared? Bullshit Blinken. Biden, nobody talks about him anymore. Oh, Harris? What's a Harris? Pieces of scum they all are. A lot more. Israeli military plans to stay indefinitely in seized Syria territory. Financial Times. Yep. Stealing more land. This is important. Iranian general says army makes grand advances in electronic warfare. It's new millennium warfare. The whole game has changed. Whole game has changed. And Iran is very advanced scientifically, technologically, and militarily. You ready? Chinese, this is Wall Street Journal, Iranian hackers use AI to bolster attacks. Hackers linked to China, Iran, and foreign governments are using AI technology to bolster their cyber attacks against U.S. and global targets, according to U.S. officials and new security research. You got it? AI is the whole new world. China's advancing in it. Beyond America, the facts are all there. Iran, as I said, very advanced scientifically, technologically, militarily. We need peace on earth. And I got banned from TikTok. Got banned from TikTok because they put up one of the, I believe there's going to be a false flag event, like they bombed a nuclear power plant or something that's going to get NATO and the United States back in this war with Ukraine, because Ukraine's not going to back out of this. Because the deal is going to be this. Russia's going to keep what they got. They took Crimea, they had voted out, and the other land, 20% that they gained since the war began on February 24th, 2022. They're not. That's it. That's all I said. That's it. Now, from Russia Today, Kyiv attempted to target Russian nuclear facility. Multiple Ukrainian drones have targeted civilian infrastructure in Russia's Smolensk region, and an aerial vehicle was reportedly intercepted near the nuclear power facility. According to preliminary information, one of the drones was shot down during an attempted attack on the nuclear power facility, they stated. All right? Right there. The facts. Banned for speaking the facts. Yep. So please support us, because they're going to get rid of me any way they can. Again, I tell you what I approve what Trump is doing, what I disapprove. And the motto of the Trends Journal is think for yourself. The guy Witkoff, I salute him, what he said. Blinken never said that. Everybody knew this place was destroyed. It was all there. At least the man had the courage to say that. So thanks for tuning in, and check out the interview I did yesterday with the judge, Salenti, and the judge. But there's nobody like that cat when it comes to the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. So do what you can to support us, because we're doing everything we can to support you. Subscribe to the Trends Journal. History before it happens. So those gold prices, .com bust, better get ready. It's going to be a wild ride. Thanks for tuning in.